Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Summer Splash Finals. I'm one of your casters today. I'm DolphyVix, and I am joined by my co-caster Lucas. How you doing, Lucas?
Hello, how's it going, everyone? Excited to be here. Excited to be casting finals. We've had a very fun, very awesome Summer Splash weekend so far, and we're here to round it out. Um, just a reminder to the viewers, this has been we had round robin group stage on Friday, and then we did semis and quarters on Saturday, and here we are doing finals. We have Team I Like Apples and Team Monkey facing off. And for the winner, our lovely sponsor Phanteks is providing a NV5 white PC case. So very fun, very
It's
awesome
crazy.
reward. Shout out to Phanteks, excellent sponsor, and an even better seller of PC parts, cases, any other peripherals, any PC needs. Hop on over to Phanteks. You can actually check them out in the stream by putting in exclamation point Phanteks. That's PHANTEKS. So check them out.
So, Lucas, you've been casting these teams before, right? You've casted earlier this week.
Yes, I casted group stage, so I have seen I Like Apples. I have not casted monkeys, so unaware how monkey will perform here. But if we look at the single elimination bracket real quick, I Like Apples has 2-0'd both of their previous opponents, and it looks like Monkey had a 2-0 in quarter and then a 2-1 in semis. So both teams with pretty dominant performances.
Definitely. And I think you know we are talking a little bit about the seating earlier, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure the Monkeys team has been doing really well despite where their relative seating was, and so definitely going to be an exciting match going forwards. We're currently waiting on the lobby to be set up. Uh,
Yeah, league players never show up on time, so we're waiting on them. And yeah, like Dolphy said, for those of you that don't know, I Like Apples is actually the favorite for this tournament. They are first seed, and a bit of an underdog situation. Monkeys, but on the other side of the bracket is seventh seed. So um,
to be fair, though, 7th seed did beat 2nd and 3rd seed, so can never really count them out.
yeah, yeah, that's very
Underdog
true.
narrative is very fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to watch finals, especially because unlike Friday when I was casting, this is a best of five. So really going to get to see the teams adapt and pick and draft. You get to see how they sort of adapt and overcome one another. We'll see if they have any spicy draft strategies. I know we saw a few in group stage, but in best of ones, you kind of end up playing for comfort. You're just trying to get the best out of each game. Whereas in this best of five format, you might see a lot of changes in bans, changes in pick strategies, and we'll also see the teams alternate blue and red sides. So hopefully they've got some funny first picks for us. If anyone was curious, Aurora is not banned for this tournament, so Aurora is absolutely playable.
Ooh,
And we actually saw some Aurora in group stage, and it performed pretty well. So I would not be surprised if we see that.
definitely. So now, uh, I guess we could make our preliminary bets.
Yeah.
Like apples or monkeys, which one?
Well, I don't think I can go against the seeding. I really, especially because I've cast I Like Apples a little bit, I can say they looked very strong. So I feel like I Like Apples is going to take this, but who knows?
So I guess I have to provide the counter opinion that monkeys is gonna win.
All
I'm
right.
always rooting for the underdog, though.
That's fair. That's fair. I think we're going to go ahead and hop to break while we wait for this lobby to be made. Wait for whoever's holding us up. If you're watching and you're a player that's not yet in the lobby, please join. And yeah, we'll hop back to you guys in just a bit.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the stream. Uh, we just came out of a very, very long League of Legends game, but let me remind you where we are. Um, this is the finals for the Summer Splash League of Legends tournament. I am DolphyVix. I'm one of your casters today, and I am joined by Lucas. Lucas, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. We had an excellent 1 hour break after an exhausting 2 minute stream. Those of you who are here, thank you for tuning into our super secret little mock stream because we ended up being an hour early. Um, but yeah, no, I'm excited for the finals. We have Team I Like Apples versus Team Monkey, and that is a monkey emoji, actually, for those of you that are curious. And these teams are duking it out for our first place prize, sponsored by Phanteks. Very briefly, Phanteks, excellent sponsor and excellent seller of fine PC goods, so peripheries, cases, and other sleek products. Our teams here are competing for the NV5 white cases. They are stellar. You will actually see them later in the ad that plays. They are amazing. Really check that out. You can learn more by typing exclamation mark Phanteks into Twitch. That's Phantekes. So if you want to learn more about their amazing products, go ahead and check them out. And yeah, I believe we're hopping into Champ Select relatively soon. I think they're still getting the lobby together, but we can very quickly talk about these teams and sort of their journey through the bracket. This is day 3, so on Friday I was able to cast a little bit of group stage, and then yesterday we had quarters and semis.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit about seeding before. Um, and I Like Apples is seed one versus the monkeys, which are seed seven. But then again, despite the seeding, the monkeys have defeated seed two and three. So, they're not looking to be in a bad spot. It just, the match is still in favor of I Like Apples.
Yeah, definitely going to be an underdog story for them here. I think we talked about it earlier, and we made our predictions. I think I predicted I Like Apples to win just through the seeding, but Dolphy, you had mentioned that you want to see the monkeys succeed here.
Of course. Gotta root for that underdog victory.
That is so true. Excited to see it. Looking at their opponents, just to shout out all of our wonderful teams that participated this summer splash. I Like Apples took down Capri Sun in quarters, and then in semis, and then Monkeys defeated Handless Losers in quarters, and then UCD Gold. And I've been told that we are going to hop over to
Yep.
Champ Select in just a moment here as we see these teams sort of kick off. A reminder, this is a best of 5, so we'll be able to see lots of interesting draft adjustments and pick strategies coming through here.
You mentioned having casted I Like Apples before. So, was there any champions, you saw them perform on that you think maybe they're going to be bringing
Um,
back?
This was a day and a half ago, so I'm trying to remember. What I took away from group stage was two things. One, Aurora is legal in this tournament format, and Aurora did very well in groups in particular. So would not be surprised if we see Aurora. She can play mid and top. I believe her top lane generally is stronger, but mid lane Aurora performed very well too. And then for bot, we saw a lot of Ashe Seraphine. um, a lot of teams played it, so it had mixed success, but it came across pretty strong. And as we say that, we see the Seraphine ban come through, um, and as well as some Lux. So the flex picks were very strong yesterday. Seraphine, a very good pick for flex, as well as the
Oh,
ganking junglers. We
wow.
saw a few farming junglers, but generally the gankers was where that was at. And as we see a rel hovered here from I Like Apples, tank support's very strong right now. So we'll likely see a lot of tank supports, especially if they keep this Seraphine ban going through, as she is one of the only enchanter supports that's actually being played right now.
I mean, there's a lot of focus on that AP for Monkey. Um, try and get that out of the way. Especially these three. These are some very, very strong characters, I'd say.
Yeah, these bans coming through, targeting mid as well as a little bit of top, and we are going to see a matching tank support here coming from Monkey Emoji. We saw a lot of Nautilus with the Kaisa. That's pretty strong bot lane. I think Jin was also picked a fair bit with him. And speak of the devil, or should I say the killer?
Jin is basically the devil. Have you seen his League of Legends
I
lore?
have, yes. That makes me think of Blood Moon Jin. Such a good skin. And Ash Viego are going to be followed up. We saw Viego a little bit. Very good jungler, decent ganker, very late game, heavy, strong jungler. Curious if we'll see a ganker, and we will actually with the Xinjiao jungle. So very proactive jungler on Monkey's side. So hopefully we can see him really impact the game early. I'm curious if they'll go for a roaming mid laner, maybe like a Talia or a Rise, just to really exert that pressure. Jin Nautilus is a kill lane. They can absolutely duke it out with Rel Ash. So with a jungler or even mid laner, they could potentially snowball the bot lane doing that. And we will see an Aurora ban. No Aurora mid or top for today.
I mean, I think earlier you mentioned how Aurora was not banned in this tournament. So
Yeah,
now she is.
yeah, I'm not too familiar, but I don't believe that she's tournament legal for LCS quite yet. Maybe she is, I'm not sure. But it's exciting that we get to see her, just, new champ. And she's
Even if it's
also,
just on the bans list.
yeah. Well, we saw her a bit, so we'll see. Hui also going to get banned out. Seeing a lot of mid bans. Hui, very strong mid laner. We also saw the Cinder ban from before, just banning the generally strong controllers. Um, I am very curious if we're going to see Talia because I think Talia would slot well into really both comps. She's quite strong right now. But it also depends on comfort. Talia's a champ that not many people have played until sort of last season and this season. She had a bit of a glow up, so not everyone's comfortable with Talia. And I'm getting knowledge that this last ban is a Zoe ban. It's not going to show up on the
Yeah.
screen, but that is a Zoe ban from
So a
Monkey.
very heavy mid lane ban focus, especially with the AP and the mages here for Monkey.
Yeah, and Vex, a very strong mid
Vex
lane
is
pick.
very strong.
I like the Vex in this team too, just because you're going to have the Nautilus and the Xin diving in. Vex kind of slots into that well. Um, And Vex also very good against dashes, and Viego dashes, Rel dashes, and Ornn does as well. Ornn is kind of a menace in the top lane. He's also very blindable. That's why I think we're going to see this Ornn here. Very safe champ into a lot of top lane matchups and just gives that guaranteed late game power. Like they have the Viego Ash, so they're already set up for late game, but Ornn will really secure that. And I like Apple's going with a generally sort of standard scaling with a little bit of early game spice pick here. And Morgana hovered. That's interesting. That could be Morgana mid. Viego could also go somewhere else, but I don't think that's Morgana jungle. It will likely be Morg mid. I don't know. That's an interesting comp here from I Like Apples. Haven't watched too much else yet, so maybe it's common, not sure. And Gwen gonna be selected up for that Ornn in the top lane. So looking at these comps, what are your thoughts?
Well, definitely going to be an interesting matchup in the bot lane. Um, and the top lane. You're kind of looking at these tanks and their supports for the most part since, you know, Ornn and Rel versus just like the Nautilus when it comes to being a traditional tank is going to be very hard, especially since Ornn is uh such a heavy focus on tank, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think as far as disengage tools, Monkey's gonna have to play pretty safe. They don't have a lot besides that Xinjiao ult to really get the Viego and the Ornn and Rel off. Rel's WR combo is gonna be quite deadly into Monkey's comp, especially if uh, the support can catch, the Jin and the Vex together. That would be pretty catastrophic. So I think generally Monkey's gonna want to play some kind of split. I mean that they drafted the Gwen, so Gwen, a very good split pusher, especially into Ornn when she gets an item or two. So I think we're gonna see probably a 1-3-1 here toward towards the late game for Monkey. Depends on who takes TP. Vex can also go in the side lane. Whereas I like
Yeah.
Apple's probably playing a more traditional front to back. They're gonna want a 5v5 in that later portion of the game.
So I believe we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go on ahead and head to standby. I'm sorry. We're gonna head to standby as we wait for the game to start. So stick around.
Yep,
We
we'll be
will
back in
not
about
be gone for an hour this time.
yeah, it should only be about 2 minutes for spectator delay, and we'll meet you back in the game. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the finals for Summer Splash 2024. Once again, I'm your caster, Lucas, and I am joined here by.
Dolphy, yeah. Hello, everyone.
And we are hopping right into I Like Apples versus Monkey. This is game 1 of 5. We see I Like Apples
Oh,
here.
oh. Already diving right into the action. Uh, it's all good though. Uh, entirety of I've already forgotten their names. I'm sorry. Was that I like apples? I like apples is blue team. Let's make this
I'm
clear.
dancing.
Yes, we have
I
I
Happy.
Like
like apples
Apples.
is the blue team, and monkeys is the red team.
Yep, both teams gonna look for a pretty standard start here. We see Viego starting topside as well as Zen. Um,
Ooh.
Curious if we'll see a level 3 gank coming out from the Sinjao. Probably not with the way he's passing or pathing, but see here. We talked a lot about it in Champ Select, how important the bot lane's going to be in this matchup. Very volatile lane. We're going to look to see that Zen put some pressure down here. So looking forward to that. Looking at summoner spells here, we have barriers on both ADCs, ignites on the supports, and we do see mid lane teleports here from both teams. So definitely going to be looking to play that 1-3-1 style that we talked about before with Cupid and Slagathor, each with their own TP.
There's a lot of back and forth, and already I could see in the bot lane. Uh, you know that Nautilus is really low.
And a flash from Ethel. Oh, but a nice hook there. Lands onto Realms. He's going to drop pretty low, but
Oh my
Mustache.
god, and Nautilus is gonna be taken down. First blood going to Bobby.
Yeah, huge kill there. He used his flash already. Yeah, so he did not have
Yeah.
the flash to get out of that. Um, and that's pretty
And the hook pulled
unfortunate.
him back too.
Yeah, it was a nice re-engage. Put a lot of damage onto Realms, but they overextended a little bit too much. And that's going to be rough for Monkey because I think Monkey was looking to kill in this matchup, but with that kill going over to the Ashe, it's going to be difficult. And looking towards top side, Ornn versus Gwen. Gwen obviously
Oh,
going to be able to bully the
look
Ornn.
at his flash from Sinjal though. Try and get onto that Beaster, that Viego, but
And yeah, we see a lot of activity here on the bottom side. And I think, like Dolphy had mentioned, we do see Zin's flash gone. Going to be an important tool for him, possibly to gank later, so we'll see. And Ethel and Mustache going to be putting the pressure here, but like we mentioned, Ashe was able to back and got boots and a long sword, so going to absolutely have the advantage here on the bot side, and they're going to go ahead and freeze the wave.
yep.
Unfortunate for Ethel, going to lose a lot of CS here.
And honestly, this beginning start that the bot lane has right now is just really going to be able to drive them forwards. I mean, you can already see how big that goal difference is with even just the bot lane having the one kill. It's a 700 gold difference in
Yeah,
favor of I Like Apples. So when you're really thinking about scaling here, I Like Apples have that upper hand, no matter what happens in the other lanes.
oh, Ethel's in trouble. Gets stunned by the Rel as well as rooted by the knockup. And Bobby is in a bad spot here as the
So the Ethel
jungler Zin
going
comes
down,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, an excellent shadow there from Guess Me Baby. And yeah, that's a double kill. That's actually huge for Monkey. That was really needed, especially because Ethel was in a rough spot there.
Yep. On the other side of the map, though, in the top lane, we actually see Giga get taken down by Bioster. So it's not like monkeys are just sitting there and letting their bot lane get run over. They're still trying to look for kills other places.
Yeah, so yeah, ultimately a 3-2 small gold lead on I Like Apples, but that kill in the bot lane, or double kill, excuse me, is going to be really important for helping that Jin Nautilus get ahead. And they are a kill lane like we
Of
discussed, so
course.
it's important that they have the gold. But stunned in the mid lane, Slagathor going to go down.
Oh.
An excellent route there from Cupid, keeping him there long enough for the oyster to appear, but this Nautilus Mustache in a bit of a sticky situation as Realm's gonna land the CC and not lock him down long enough for again B Oyster to walk over and pick up that kill. That's 2 kills onto B Oyster, an excellent lead for the Viego here.
There's a lot of roaming going on in this game. You're looking at, how much map control can you possibly take when you've got these team comps that are, focusing on everything. They've got to spread out. They've got to try and secure their picks early. For example, Giga is going to hit the level 6 spike first, jump onto Leo, miss the first ult, but still secure the kill. Although on the other hand,
Yeah, Realm's gonna
I like
go in onto
Apple's.
Mustache. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mustache gonna get caught out again. Leo with some nice duggies up there in the top lane, dodging most of the Gwen ult, but it's not quite gonna be enough. He'll have to TP back into lane.
I like Apple's able to take that first dragon though, so that is, big for them. On the other hand, Monkeys will take the first 3 grubs, so you're trading these objectives back and forth.
Yeah, Leo gonna spot what's happening, but not gonna be able to do it here with Giga here on the assist. Now, I'm curious to see how our Viego B Oyster itemizes here. I believe in groups when I was casting, we saw a lot of the Bork Viego. I've also seen some. Oh, as I say that though,
Oh,
Root's gonna
nice
land
hook
onto
from
Bobby.
Mustache.
Gonna force the flash up from Mustache there. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, Bork, very common choice for Viego, but I believe there's also a build that uses Kraken Slayer. Looks like he'll be going for the Bork here, but I'm curious to see how he ultimately itemizes. Just because there's a little bit of a difference there. Bork obviously better for tanks, and there's not as many tanks here, but I would understand why he doesn't want the Kraken. But Slagathor gonna get engaged on by Cubic. He gets
It's a
rooted,
really good
CC'd
suit.
forever.
Yeah.
And
Morgana CC lasts
yeah, that is
so
the
long, but that is a big kill in the bot lane again.
yeah, Mustache
The
getting
bot
caught
lane is
out.
so skewed right now. At least that's what it seems to be.
Yeah, Mustache getting caught out a lot here. I think he's landing good hooks, but they're ending up killing him. So I just don't think the Jhin Nautilus is strong enough right now in comparison to actually get those kills and utilize those hooks. And as I say that, Ethel gonna get flashed
Big
on by the
flash.
Rel. Yeah, he's done.
The return hook not going to be able to find anything. And
Yeah,
I like Apples is just getting absolutely fed off this bot lane right now.
yeah, this is pretty bad
Especially
for
this
Ethel.
Rel. Yeah.
Yeah, Ethel's gonna lose a ton of farm here. Ash is gonna have free shots onto the tower. Will likely pick up a few plates. And though they got that double kill in the bot lane, Monkeys are kind of falling behind to map pressure here, with the Oyster doing an excellent job, just kind of being everywhere around the map.
All the hope now for Monkeys is kind of being placed on the shoulders of Giga. I mean, as your top laner, that's going to be one of your carries. The Gwen is really strong. She's got she's almost got enough plate, but she's got a kill. She's got more CS than her opposing laner.
And the Oyster did a nice little invade, got the buff. We'll see if he can make it out just fine with the assist of
Nice
Cupic.
hook. Nice stun. Keep that Nautilus away from you. That's engaged that you don't want near you at all.
Yeah, Morgana, excellent assist there, helping the Oyster get out of the jungle. He was able to take the entire blue buff there. And once again, Mustache a little caught out here. Well, he uses the hook to get out. He might make it, but no, the Ash
No,
slow is a
Ash
little
is
too
more
much.
range, but yeah, no. Especially as Cupid gonna come down, hit the root, just secure the kill.
Yeah, and though Mustache at this point not worth that much gold, they're gonna lack the vision pressure and bot lane pressure without him. So it's unfortunate to see him get caught out again, but it's just kind of what's happening here as Leo and Giga in their eternal struggle up top lane. Not much happening, but I mean that is kind of the Ornn Gwen matchup. Ornn just kind of sits there and takes it until he can get a full item and really itemize into Gwen. And Gwen just pushes the lane, and that's kind of how it is. Both junglers have been largely ignoring top lane, sort of the island that it's known for. But maybe we'll see Guess Me Baby work towards this Ornn. We could even see a tower dive if Giga is able to get Leo low enough.
I mean, I think at this point, bot lane's kind of just been. It's just kind of there, not a lot happening. In the mid lane, though, Dishin Zhao going for that dive onto Cupid, not going to be able to hit anything. Now, on the other hand, it's going to be Realms coming up to see if she can do a dive onto Vex. But mid lane is just a poke fest right now. There's not really a lot going on. As the
Oh,
Ornn ult, though, up top as Giga gets jumped. Try and use that Gwen Shroud. Try and secure that kill. And actually, she's going to be able to get the kill before dying.
yeah,
Right there.
catastrophe for Leo there. He didn't actually hit the Ornn ult as it was coming towards him. Would it have mattered? Not sure. Gwen does a lot of damage, but if that landed, there's a chance he wouldn't have died. But Slagathor going to be engaged on by Relms. The W ult, he'll be forced to flash out of there as barely makes it out of Cupid's
Fortunately, the flash
range.
does save her, so it isn't useless, but that gives such a large window for monkeys to go and grab that dragon.
Yep, they're gonna pick that up, and that's pretty big for them. Though they're down, definitely showing some signs of life here. But Guess Me Baby gonna go down to half here, engaging onto Leo. He has to flash, has the ult, he'll
Ooh.
make it out most certainly. But Mustache gonna go down. Giga needs to get out of there. Ethel also in danger. He will dodge the Cupic root, but Boister's gonna pick up the Vex on the side. Yeah, that's a 2-for-0 there in favor of I Like Apples. Just their map pressure very, very strong here, as they're basically saying the river is ours, and if you come in here, you're not going to make it out.
It's incredibly huge for them. And now you're also looking at that gold difference. It is still a 5k gold lead, and, you know, looking for the objective difference as well. Now, we haven't actually seen any towers really go down yet.
Yeah, plate's still up. The Rift Herald will be spawning soon, so hopefully we'll see either team use it to crack the other's mid turret. That's usually where the Rift Herald gets sent, but could also see it top if they want to open up Giga to further split pushing or something like that. And yeah, like you mentioned with the gold difference, pretty big here for almost 13 minutes into the game, as most of that gold differential going to be concentrated in the bot lane and jungle. Those are kind of where the gold spikes are, mid as well a little bit. But at this point, Beoyster 6-0 is a complete monster. He can almost certainly 1v1 anyone here, as Realm's going to try to farm mid again.
Another big stun. That's another root. That's actually a 3-man gank onto the Vex.
Yeah, really capitalizing on the lack of flash that they pulled out earlier.
And yet there's no real return because of that very early game lead. Bobby's actually able to just stay on the bot lane completely alone, as Biostar is able to pick up those kills from those ganks without much of a, kind of comeback.
Yeah, absolutely excellent macro plays. They're just sort of getting, and Boister again
Yeah, and
gonna
when we're
visit the
talking
top
about these
lane.
ganks,
Yeah, Giga gonna go down here. Leo manages to hit the Ornn ult. Congratulations, Leo. And that does not go like it did before with all members of I Like Apple surviving that. We
no,
see
yeah, that
Realms
CC's
positioning
big.
towards bot, and this is just so hard for Ethel and Mustache. They are just so weak in comparison. And yeah,
Realm's trying to find something.
yeah, they have to stand really far back, and without the plates, their tower is now very vulnerable to go down. And once that happens, we'll probably see Slagathor go towards bot, and we might see Ethel and Mustache pick up the mid. But that's not exactly safe either with the Morgana and how active Beoyster is being around the map.
I Like Apple is going to pick up the Rift Herald now to start securing some objectives, some turrets. But bounty's up for monkeys.
Yeah, they're really going to be looking for those if they want any window back into this game. Generally, when you fall behind this far, you're going to have to start looking for picks, and you're going to have to make sure that every fight you take, you have man advantage. And that's going to be hard with Beoyster walking around.
Ooh,
Mustache
but a
going to
nice
land it.
hook from Mustache. And yeah, it's Rel. It's Realms coming in, flashing in, ulting, and looking for this CC. And it's Nautilus who's going to be taken down. I think that Ethel's able to get out.
Yeah, it
But
was an excellent
still.
pick, but there's a little too far behind, and Beoyster smells blood in the water, but he's not quite going to be able to get onto Ethel there. Yeah, like I said, Moustache is hitting amazing hooks, but unfortunately they're already behind, so these hooks end up kind of damning himself. I think they're really gonna need to play with man advantage if they want to make anything happen. Even with an amazing engage like you saw, it's just not enough damage to kill Bobby, especially with the board
Yeah.
healing him up. It's just a little too much. They're gonna need the support of Guess Me Baby or Slagathor if they want any chance of killing that bot lane there. Which is
Also,
why I would like to see their bot rotate to mid. I think that would help out, especially now that the turret is gone.
I want to point out the spells right now as Ethel's actually down both spells. So when you're an ADC, those spells are very, very important, especially in team fights when you need to get out. That is a nice hook, but I think Mustache has realized his mistake for hooking the Viego of all people to be hooking, as Biostir is just able to take that Nautilus and get another kill right after.
Yeah, again, these
The Rift
engages
killed,
just
yeah.
a little too overzealous there. Um, and this is now it's a lot harder for them to do this pick oriented style because now that they've lost the mid tier 1 and 2, the jungle is essentially I like apples. It's now very dangerous for any monkey member to walk through their own jungle, get their own farm. They're going to start starving Guess Me Baby. As you can see, he has virtually no camps. They're going to try to put him down, put him out of XP. And a update on the Viego build path, we do actually see the Kraken Slayer. So a more standard build for Viego, and it's absolutely helping with the damage here. Um, yeah, I think this is an excellent game from I Like Apples, really controlling the map. And it's going to be really hard for Monkey to pull this back.
I mean, never say never, though. As we have said before, there is still a possibility as Giga's been able to pick up those kills and maintain that CS lead. And Rel's gonna be jumped on here actually. Now, of course, that is the Rel. She is a tank. She's actually gonna be prevented from being able to jump over that wall. But
Yeah,
things
but
slow down and they separate out.
yeah, Rums will make it out just fine. Unfortunately, just with only a static Shiv on the Jhin, there's just no damage there. They're gonna have to work really hard to kill Realms and also Leo, especially Leo. Later in this game, he will be an absolute monster tank-wise. That's if we even get to that portion of the game, as Leo's gonna take that top tier 2, excuse me, tier 1, and
Yeah. Turret
yeah,
down.
and as you can see,
Look how
Monkey
much
having a
space
hard
Lucian
time in their
has.
jungle. Yeah, Bioyster gonna keep stealing camps, and I mean, Guess Me Baby has nothing to do right now. All of his camps are getting stolen, and he can't really do much. Theoretically, he should be running around to help
Uh,
facilitate those picks, but it's really hard when everyone's falling behind.
and I mean, Biosir, if you look at his items, he's already got 2 full completed items, which is not only massive, but he's also got, I think, he's making headway on his third.
Yeah, and
It's kind of a following trend if you're actually looking and comparing. I like apples and monkeys. I like apples mostly have 2 items already.
yeah, looking at that gold lead, absolutely huge gold differential in the jungle as well as bot lane and even mid lane now, as everyone on Monkeys is just sort of poor, with the exception of Giga, the only one with an actual gold lead on the
Slagathor
card.
getting jumped on.
Yeah,
Not gonna be able to even remotely get out. Flash burned up as well. This top lane still being relatively ignored. Giga's gonna try to go win, but look, Leo's already tanky.
yeah,
Doing
and
yeah, she's doing significantly less damage than she did before.
yeah, and though Giga has the lead, this is a top lane Gwen we're talking about. As soon as Gwen goes to help her team, she's going to be running
Yeah,
right into this massive gold differential. It's going to be hard, especially because
right into
Giga is
Viego.
ahead, but Giga isn't that ahead. You know, we certainly don't have enough gold or items to see that 1v5 Gwen monster. So yeah, I think it's looking really rough here for Monkey, and they're just going to get drained out here as their jungle gets stolen. They're going to get dived or excuse me, dove under these towers, and they're gonna have to do something risky to really pull themselves back in. And at this point, you kind of need to take a risk to have any chance of getting back into this game. So I'd like to see them do something weird, something funky, maybe a death bush situation or a 3-man gank. Because as it stands right now, they're just kind of letting it happen. And it can be
Yeah.
scary to really do a crazy play to try to pull yourself back. And there's obviously room for failure, but it's kind of what you need in this situation because I like Apples is a good enough team where if you do not do something, they will just bleed you out and then win.
Oh my god, and look at this. Just kind of playing around in this jungle side. It
Yep, and we're gonna have our little caster tech bug real quick, and we're right back. Sorry about that, folks.
happens. And I don't know. I mean, are we looking for Baron? Are we looking for any objectives here? Are we just looking for poke? I mean, that's the question. The Baron Nasher is going to be taken down. It is actually being completely melted. Here's the Jinno to try and steal it, maybe, but Rel's gonna push up and going to try and stop any sort of comeback here. Big Orinalt as Nautilus is going to go down. And Morgana still in the backline, still going for Jin. Big stun as well. Double kill for her.
Yeah, and this is just, I mean, it's pretty standard. Grab Baron in the game. They actually got two on the end for their troubles. Giga again
I
doing
mean,
an
at least
excellent job
Giga
in the
got a
side lane.
turret.
Yeah, doing a great job in the side lane, but this is sort of the unfortunate reality of playing top lane sometimes. Uh, Granted,
Yeah, your
Giga was.
entire base can be going down, but you can't back because there's an Ornn on you.
Yeah, and Leo, no matter what, even if he's just staving off Giga, will always be valuable just because he's Ornn. And as we see, I like Apples pushing into the base of Monkey. I'd say this game is all but wrapped up.
Yeah, I mean, they're what else can you do? They have Baron, they're in the base. I believe just one team fight where all of Monkey dies, and that's kind of it. That's game. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
going in right now. That's a nice hook from Mustache. Going to be able to shut down Cupid as Monkeys start to materialize and try and get on this.
yeah, those are the kind
Flagator
of.
with the ult. She's already low though. She's gonna be taken down here. Give that Vex to the Biostar, who's able to just go in and start killing everybody. And I mean, we were talking about this Viego. That's a triple kill for blue team
Yeah,
on the
that
back of Biostar.
those are the kinds of picks that Monkey really needed about 10 minutes ago. That was an excellent pick onto Cupic, and they even got another one for their troubles, but it's unfortunately just a little bit too much. As the gold lead gonna send I like apples to the victory screen, and we'll see how Monkey ends up trying to counter this very active Beoster jungle that we sort of saw this game. Curious if we'll see a Viego ban or maybe if they just want to reassess their strategy. I don't know. Hopefully they can come up with something as we head over to game two.
And I mean, I think a lot of that was probably on the backs of, um, a lot of that was just on the bot lane, falling to those early picks, giving them giving them to Viego.
Yeah, I think the Beoster obviously had a massive performance there at the bot lane. I think that if Monkey wants to sort of play the early game comp that they picked, they really need their jungler to be a little bit more proactive in the early game. I mean, Xin is an early game jungler. You want to be ganking early. You want to be putting pressure on those lanes. And unfortunately, he was just kind of getting counter jungled the whole time and wasn't really able to impact very much. That comes down to vision control. Obviously, I like Apple's had excellent vision control, really tracking where that Xin was. And yeah, I think I'd either like to see them be more proactive in the early game or shift their draft strategy to really be a more mid or even late game oriented team comp where they don't really have to worry about being super proactive early and they could even pick something like the Ornn or something that's just going to accrue value over time and you only really need to survive. So, real
And
quick, oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say the best solution to anything is always prevention, and if you can prevent those kills from going through, you can stop anybody from scaling, and then you can be the one who scales, and you can win.
Absolutely. Real quick, I want to shout out one of our amazing sponsors for the league tournament, as well as just they're sponsoring a lot of different games throughout Summer Splash. So I just want to give a big thanks to Gen G and their coaching program. Um, Gen G's coaching program is an amazing tool here. If you are looking to rise up in the ranks or just be generally better, it's a great tool. They have specific coaching programs for Valorant, League, and Rocket League. and they have handpicked coaching staff to really help you queue up and level up your gameplay. So check them out if you want to be better at Valorant, League, or Rocket League. You can go ahead and put exclamation point GGA into Twitch if you want to look at the Gen G coaching program. They're an excellent partner, an excellent sponsor, and we just want to give a huge thanks to Gen G.
Yep.
I think we're going to go ahead and hop into a break as we wait for this second game to start. So we will see you guys in a bit.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our second game. Just a reminder, this is the Summer Splash League of Legends Finals. I'm one of your casters again. I'm Dolphy, and I'm joined by Lucas. And
Hello, everyone. My name is
yeah,
Lucas, and welcome back to round two. The first game went in the favor of I Like Apples. It
kind of one
wasn't,
sidedly.
yeah, it wasn't necessarily close, so we're really looking for Monkey to make some kind of adjustment here. Last
The
game was,
Viego band is already
yeah,
there.
that makes a lot of sense. Bioster's Viego last game was incredible, so it makes sense that they're going to ban that out. And I just want a quick reminder while we're still here in Champ Select what our teams are playing for here today. The winners of this final will get Phanteks NV5 white cases. Amazing cases, amazing products from Phanteks in general. Amazing sponsor and even more amazing company. If you want to learn more, go ahead and put exclamation mark Phanteks into Twitch chat. That's exclamation mark Phantekes for more information. Check them out, and we will actually play, if you haven't seen it already, an ad for them later, and where you'll get to see that beautiful white case and what the reward for first place is going to be. And as we look at pick and ban, we see both ADCs picked already. Ash on the side of Monkey and Ezreal for I Like Apples.
Yep. Looking at these bands, I mean, we definitely expected to see the Viego ban, but I think for the most part they've just been kind of, the same. I guess they're effectively banning Ash by taking Ash.
Yeah, when you have blue side, yeah, you can save something you want to take away. And we've seen, or at least when I casted group stage, we saw a lot of Ashe Seraphine, and Seraphine was notably not banned. So I would not be surprised if Monkey ends up going with Seraphine here as a partner to the Ashe. I Like Apple's going to grab the Lilia. Um, I believe Lilia can flex into jungle or top. So it's a nice little flex pick there. And we see Aurora. That is exciting. Aurora legal in this tournament format. So very new champ, and we'll get to see sort of what she's made of.
We're gonna see the Aurora actually come out now. That is a pick we were looking forwards to.
Yeah, absolutely. And
The
Aurora,
Drave 4.
yeah, like Lilia, flex pick. So Aurora can slot into mid or top. And we'll see Poppy here. Another nice flex pick, Poppy top or jungle. Or I've even seen Poppy mid a little bit. Not sure if that'll come out, but this is going to make banning in the second round fairly difficult for both teams. We'll likely see support bans coming out from I Like Apples. As far as Monkey, they'll likely ban mid laners, is going to be my guess here. Um, and yeah, we see the Braum ban coming out from I Like Apples. Um, yeah, I think Monkey, we talked about how last time we want to see them either be more proactive or adopt a later game team comp. And they have a very a very safe team comp. Aurora and Ash, very strong laners, and Jarvan a very early jungler. So I think they are opting for the early game comp again. I mean, we'll see how things shake out with their mid, but or potentially top laner if this Aurora flexes mid. But I Like Apple's sort of sticking with the same later game scaling comp, very front to back with the Poppy Ezreal, Lilia in the side lane. You're gonna ban out the Gwen. I believe Gwen has a good matchup into Poppy. That might be why. But I'm not sure. Gwen is also just a good split pusher, so maybe they just don't want to deal with that pressure.
And I mean, waiting on this last ban here. Already I can kind of imagine how these fights are gonna go. Okay, it's a Rel ban. That makes a lot of sense. Rel was providing so much CC, and I mean, CC is important in this game. When you're looking at what I Like Apples has so far, that's already a lot of CC on the Lily and Poppy.
Yeah, the Rel had a pretty good showing last game. Lots of W ult engages onto an immobile Jhin. It sort of made it really hard. The thing about banning Rel, you know your enemy ADC is going to be Ezreal, so I think Rel gets a little bit less value there. Although Ezreal sort of counteracts a lot of engaged supports in that way. So I'm not sure what support they're going to want to put with him, but I could totally see them utilizing some kind of tank support, whereas I think Monkey could have benefited from the Rel if they picked it especially with the Poppy and the Renekton. Actually, I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense. Poppy definitely hard counters Rel, so they wouldn't want to pick it either. So I don't know. I don't think Rel slots particularly well into either team, but the ban nonetheless still important as we see a Kennen locked in here for Monkey.
Kennen versus Renekton is going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, and that almost certainly puts the Aurora mid. So we'll see how this counter
An
pick. I like
Olaf.
apples. Ooh, oh my gosh, that is very
So
interesting.
is it a J4 support and an Olaf
Yeah, J4 support,
jungle?
I think. Yeah, it'll likely be Olaf jungle,
That
Kennen
sounds
top.
right.
J4 support is
Oh, and a
interesting.
LeBlanc mid.
They're gonna opt for the LeBlanc mid into Aurora. I'm curious if. Oh, we're getting reports that the Olaf is supposed to be a Maokai.
Okay.
So that is probably Maokai
That
support.
makes a little more sense, not gonna lie.
Yeah, Charvin support, very, very interesting pick, but that is not what we're gonna
Maokai
see here.
support makes sense.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. So looking at these teams, Monkey has a lot of engage, like a lot. They've got the Ash Arrow, Aurora ult is an excellent engage tool, Jarvan, Flag and Drag with the Cataclysm, Kennen ult, as well as the Maokai Twisted Advance. This is an engage heavy team and really lends itself to that early game aggression that we were talking about, especially with the Jarvan. I like apples still on their sort of general front to back, very standard comp here. And I think they're just going to try to scale into the late game, try to play just essentially normal League of Legends, while Monkey Emoji is sort of just going to run at them. As for disengage, I like apples, not that many tools to stop this absolute just ult combo that's going to happen. The
Yeah.
Poppy Steadfast is obviously going to be very important for both Jarvan and Kennen if he ends up getting like Rocket Belt or something like that, or flashing. But really, Ezreal's Arcane Shifts is about the only disengaged tool that, besides the Poppy and maybe the Renekton Sun, that they're going to have. Thankfully, they're fairly mobile. Lily is very fast. LeBlanc, Ezreal both have dashes. So they're going to have to play this very careful because they do
Yeah.
have tools to get away, but they don't necessarily have tools to stop it if they get caught. So
We are gonna throw it to standby. Stick around. We'll be back in about 2 minutes as the game starts.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Game 2 of Summer Splash. We are here with Monkey versus I Like Apples. I Like Apples is one game up here in this best of five. As both teams take to the Rift, we'll go over team comps real quick again because I know it might have been confusing from Champ Select. The Maokai was actually the support. It was not Jarvan's support,
Yep.
as it may have looked like based on the misclick. And then we actually have Poppy support here on Realms. Um, so both teams still with Monkey looking for that proactive, very engage heavy comp, and I Like Apples looking to weather the storm and play some very traditional front to back League of Legends.
I mean, I like Apples has a little bit of leeway here to lose just because of their first win. If you're also thinking about this in terms of mentality, I like Apples have that momentum, so they could
Yeah,
definitely be a
absolutely.
little more confident with their plays.
Yeah, and we saw a very dominating performance from
Look at this
Beoster.
bush.
He's maybe a bush cheats. Oh,
Maybe a
yep,
little
and we see
bushy.
the
Yeah, it is.
flash.
Flash right in. Poppy gonna be able to get that stun. But it's taking a bullet shot now. Look at the damage being done. Realms is down. First blood onto Poppy as Maokai also gonna flash.
Oh
That
no.
bush play. A giant backfire onto I like apples.
Yeah, what a unique play. One of the many strengths of Poppy's support, but they just didn't have the damage. And Ethel used that barrier and just did not take any damage. I mean, Realms
Yeah,
dropped his ignite. Bobby hit a few Qs, but it just wasn't quite
Realms
enough.
ate an entire turret shot too.
Yeah, very unfortunate outcome there, and that's going to give a pretty sizable lead to Monkey, and that is exactly what they want. Like we said, this is a very aggressive style team. As we mentioned before, we've got Asher, Enchanted Crystal Arrow, Twisted Advance, the Aurora ult, Worlds Between, Cataclysm, and as well as the Slicing Maelstrom, just all these big team fight ultimates. And with more gold, that's just going to make that ult combo all the deadlier as Bobby and Realm's gonna have some issues here in the bot lane.
Yeah. When you're down from the get go, I mean, 2 kills down on the bot lane. Almost an entire flip of the situation we actually saw from last time where, Mustache was taken down first on the Nautilus, so
Yeah, getting a little bit of a taste of their own medicine as it was actually uh, Ethel on the receiving end of the Ash from Bobby. Now it's the other way around. Now it's not all clouds. Bobby is playing Ezreal, so very safe ADC. Likely won't die until they hit 6, as long as he plays safe. And even once he hits 6, that Arcane Shift really going to help him survive there, as well as Realm's Steadfast going to prevent any guess me baby ganks, any flag and drags that they're not ready for, at least in theory. Speaking of the junglers, we mentioned Bioster had an amazing game last time. He's on a bit of more of a passive farming jungler on the Lilia, but we'll see if he can actually impact the match more than guess me baby like last
oh, but
game.
look up here, the top lane. Giga actually going to be able to stun Leo and take him very low. Not quite the kill, but it was very close. And actually, guess me, baby, right there in the bush, maybe waiting to see if he can get a gank. Meanwhile, in the bot lane,
Yeah, we see some fighting in the bot lane. And
an
oh,
entire big gank and a big kill onto Bobby.
yeah, we didn't
Give
quite get to
I
see
like
that, but
apples back.
a
And
dive
yeah,
onto
here's the dive
Leo.
onto the top lane. Leo gonna see if he can make it out with a kill though. Guess me, baby, gonna be taken down by the minions and take and sure shots. That's actually a 1-for-1. That's actually pretty good for Leo.
Yeah, well played by Leo, able to get one back on that play. Biostar, though, in trouble. Ethel slowing down. Rome's just going to be there to support. And yeah, a bit of a failed dive there. I think the flash from Leo really caught them off guard. I think there was also a missed Kennen Q from Giga.
Yeah.
Lots of flashes invested. We had both Leo's flash, Giga's flash, and Guess Me Baby's flash. So those tools are going to be down, but overall, I think that's beneficial for Monkey. They really want the kills, yes. They did have to trade one back, but it's on to Leo, who's likely going to be pushed in for most of this time. And the sooner Giga gets gold, the sooner he can join team fights. Before, he did have a good performance on the Gwen, but Gwen is a very split push oriented character. And by the time that Giga had really gotten super strong, most of his team had already kind of fallen apart. So on the Kennen, things will likely be different. He has the TP. He can ideally join his team for these team fight objectives, drop the slicing maelstrom, really get value out of that, especially with the Aurora ult. We haven't really talked about it, but the Aurora ult, an excellent setup tool for fights. And with slicing maelstrom, it's about the size of Aurora ult. So there's not going to be a lot of running from that, even with the steadfast presence.
Big dive in the mid lane. We want to go there and take a look. I mean, just missed it a little bit. Slagator took so much damage. I think this is the second back Slagator's actually had to initiate first.
Yeah, he's going to be put down a little bit in CS. And Aurora, a very gold-hungry champ, and LeBlanc as well. So if Cupid can develop this lead and affect the other lanes before Slagathor will, we might see these leads start to turn here. Looking at itemization, looks like Aurora's going for that Rod of Ages, whereas we'll likely see more aggressive AP item come out from Cupid here. Grub's going to go the way of Guess Me Baby, going to grab that objective early. Doesn't look like he's going to be contested as we
Big
see.
stun though.
Yeah, more fighting in the bot lane. Going to force the potions out. Buoster is here for a potential dive, and I think Ethel and Mustache know it. Flash from Realm.
Right there, big flash. Yep, that's gonna be the first kill taken down. Careful of the turret shots though. They've got to play around it. Actually, it's gonna be an execute onto Biostar.
Yeah,
Still though, the
yeah,
kill on Maokai going to go through.
yeah. Very unfortunate that they didn't do any damage to him. Um, Excellent dive though. That flash E from Realms just incredibly deadly. Even with the barrier coming out from Ethel, the Ezreal ult over the top was not enough to save him as Cupid. Gonna get trapped in the Aurora ult, will flash out of it. For those of you that do not know, Aurora ult can be blinked out of. You cannot walk out of it, but you can blink out of it. What I don't know is if LeBlanc dash can get out of it because LeBlanc actually moves her body. I get the. I'm not sure if his W is down. We'll see later if LeBlanc can actually dash out of that. But my initial reading is no.
Look at this
As
dive
Giga gonna
though.
drop the ult, gonna be ganked by Beoster. He'll
Oh, and
grab a
Leo's
return
actually
kill
gonna
though.
go down.
Yeah, gonna grab the return kill. We'll see if Biostar can
Hold
actually
on,
get
Giga
this.
might be able to make it out. He's so low. He's gonna burn to death. Actually, Beoster gonna be able to get that trade.
Yeah, the
But
Lilius
God, it's
passive.
so hard being Leo right now in the top lane.
Yeah, especially because Renekton's really one of those champs that you want to get an early lead. He's a very aggressive top laner, and I think that Giga has a great matchup here. But Ethel
It's
under fire
time.
here. Realm's going to run him down, but Realm's a little overzealous there as Mustache's there to help. Bobby gets trapped in the Cataclysm. Will actually grab the enemy AD carry up for his troubles. Cupid trying to get the kill on the Mustache. He will get it, and it looks like he's going to get out too, as Slagathor and Guess Me Baby are going to try to hunt him down. Cupid will have his dash up in just a moment. Might turn on to Slagathor, but the
Might actually be
passive,
a kill here for them too.
yeah, gets slowed by the Jarvan. Will dash to
Cupid is
safety.
fast. Cupid is very fast. But they're still chasing this down. Slagator actually gonna go around and try and get this. And I don't think the blast cone really went the way Cupid wanted it to. As Slagator is able to take the kill.
Yeah, will have to invest a flash on the flag and drag for that, but well worth it to grab that kill onto Cupid. Excellent job delaying from Cupid there. Yeah, and it's tied up 7-7. So that lead that Monkey had early has all but dissolved as both teams taking a very aggressive stance. I mean, and this is what we wanted from Monkey. They are doing what we sort of predicted that they needed to do, which was get out onto the map, make some early plays, and their champs definitely have the tools for that this time.
So far, though, the game's looking pretty even. Uh, I like Apples does have no. Sorry, Monkey does have the advantage on objectives. They've got the 3 grubs, they've got the Dragon Soul, but still, looking at the gold, looking at the kills, it's pretty even.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see first item completions coming through here for certain members of Monkey and I Like Apples. Jarvan opting for a lethality build. I do like this. I think it's going to help with the damage. Eclipse started first. We'll see what he follows that up with. There's a chance he follows it up with a more hybrid build, perhaps a Black Cleaver. We'll see what happens. And the Rod, again, stacking for Slagathor, but Ethel going to be ganked again by Biostar, going to require the Flash to get out, and both the Enchanted Crystal Arrow and the Twisted Advance used for disengage there as Biostar really making his presence known once again.
Definitely. And I just like I said, it's so hard being Leo in this top lane matchup when you're, all of your abilities are so short range and you're going against a cannon, but it's actually going to be a giant sun from Realms now trying to get in here, but it's Guess Me Baby coming in hot with the
Yeah,
backup though. Biostar is another 2v2. Both teams low and
yeah,
still trying to figure it out.
Biostar has the ult available, not going to quite commit on the Guess Me Baby. Ethel, thankfully, was not tagged by that Lilia Q, otherwise he most certainly would have been put to sleep there. And yeah, an excellent return gank. Guess Me Baby actually impacting the map, unlike last game, so nice to see that change from here. Slagathor, though, duking it out with Cupid. Gonna use that bunny hop to get the safety. Speaking of that ability, very, very strong ability and also very cool ability. I love the animation on that. I don't remember what it's called, but essentially Aurora both does a little hop and then goes invisible for a few seconds, and it resets on kill, which is very fun and very cool to watch, especially from that champion.
Looking at this lineup to see if they can secure a gank onto Cupid. I think they're a little bit ambitious though, and
Yeah,
I think Cupid
LeBlanc.
has actually spotted them.
Yeah, LeBlanc very difficult to gank in general, especially now
Yeah,
that she is 6. But we're gonna see Guess maybe go for the second set of grubs. Um, Beoster is in the area, but we'll see if he
big
actually
kill in
ends
the
up.
bot lane too.
Oh yeah, they're gonna go ahead and get the kill onto Realms. It looks like they traded Ethel for it, so 1 for 1.
I mean, they're looking for these back and forths, trying to even up the bot lane, trying to figure it out. Grub's gonna go towards Monkey, so that is all 6 Void Grubs. That's gonna help them a lot when they're dealing with turrets. Big gank against Giga. I think that was like a 3-man gank, but that is a teleport in for Slagathor. Try and clean it all up.
Yeah, gonna be a 1 for 1 there. Giga caught out, but thankfully his team was there to help him with the return kill. And we see Mustache just hanging out in the top side. As far as bot, we do have Ethel falling a little bit behind in the CS department. He has some kills, but it's most certain that Bobby will hit these item spikes before him as everyone kind of takes a reset after that. And yeah, looking at the gold here, yeah, quite a big gold difference in the bottom with Ethel ahead. Jungle mostly even. Top lane, we see a pretty big CS lead here for Giga as well. Like we mentioned, Renekton falling a bit behind, which is rough for Renekton given just how much early pressure Renekton actually wants and how Renekton actually falls off pretty hard late game. So we'll see how that develops here as Realms gonna force Ethel to back away from his tower. Although we have Mustache here, so not going to have a repeat of before, hopefully, as Beoster starts up the drag.
That dragon's gonna be very important to be getting here. You want to be able to make sure you're matching objectives for objectives, especially as they're down on grubs.
Oh, but a huge steal from
A
Guess Me Baby, and he'll
huge
use his flash to
steal.
get out. Excellent jungling there, as he's going to take that drag and get out with nothing but a flash for his troubles. And that's nice. They already have the first drag, so they're that much closer to Soul.
Cupid gonna try and see if you can get Slagador here. Eats a turret shot though, has to back off. Meanwhile, Guess Me Baby actually going to be caught out, taken down by Realms. A little bit of revenge
And Ethel and
for
Mustache
taking
stuck
that
under their
dragon.
tower. They're going to get 3-man dove here. Ethel dropping pretty low. Tower
I mean,
aggro is
yeah, that
on
tower is low
Beoster.
enough for them to just take it too. Stop that damage from going through.
Yeah,
And maybe Realms is low, but Realms is still a take. Actually, they're both gonna go down, but that is still a massive trade for I Like Apples.
yeah, 2 for 1 there. Excellent. As I Like Apple starts to take a bit of a lead here, really showing their biggest strength, I feel, which is that wide map pressure. They've been doing that a lot as Leo gonna be ulted by Giga. Giga grabs the tower and the champion for his troubles. Man, this is just unfortunate for Leo. Really getting sort of put down by this Leandries Kennen in the top lane. And I wish I could say it's going to get better for him, but I fear he's probably going to be relegated to just split pushing here on this Renekton. So we'll likely see a fair bit of 4v5s, but Giga Realms is here to try to avenge his fallen teammate. Giga might get out, but oh, Bioster lands the bowling ball on him, and that
Yeah,
burn's going to take him down.
that burned from the Lilia too, and I think I like apples now, finding themselves with a lead, especially in kills and money.
Yeah, the gap is starting to widen, but I think the saving grace will be this top lane lead that's developed, especially because if they relegate Leo to the side lane, which is what they're probably going to need to do, because he's just so weak right now, and he's playing Renekton, we will probably see man advantage for Monkey as Giga maybe joins team fights that the Renekton is not there for. So even though the lead is developing, I like Monkey's chances at finding these sort of imbalanced team fights, these man advantage fights. And we'll see how that works out. They've actually rotated the Renekton down to bot lane. Slagathor going to use that hop to just barely get out, but it looks like Realms is caught. Cataclysm
Right
going to
there,
use to secure
yeah.
that.
And it's the Rift Herald now on the mid lane. Try and get something as teams are kind of just dancing around it. The turret's gonna be low. It's not quite been taken yet. Giga able to pull up. That's a big 3-man ult!
Yeah,
2-man ult, and it's going to be able to melt through them, stun them up, give that space for Giga and Aurora to completely slaughter them.
Yeah, and this is what I had mentioned with the Leo situation. He's just stuck in the side lane, can't really help his team, and that gives Monkey an entire extra player, and not just any player, a Kennen, a Flash Maelstrom Kennen, like what you just saw. Very brutal, especially with the Between Two Worlds Aurora ult. Just a perfect setup, and yeah, they have some disengage tools, but it's gonna be rough when that setup is available. And I mean, it's really just dependent on Giga's flash, but if he ends up getting Proto Belt, which is strong right now, he might do that as his third item. Could impact it even more. Realm's gonna Hex Flash under the tower. Not quite gonna get anything
That
as
blue turret's so tantalizing right now. It's just sitting there that low, and it's like, come and get me. And actually, I think that they will be able to here.
yeah, Bobby gonna pick that one up. Bobby gold lead um very ahead. The Ash here has yeah, oh my gosh, almost a 3k gold lead there in the bot lane. Um, And that is just a lot of extra gold. He's going to have basically an entire item above Ethel. And that's where the damage from I Like Apples and where that gold lead is going to benefit them is that they are just, if there isn't that skewed fight with the Kennen and they aren't getting ult blasted by Monkey, they will win. They have the gold, they have the ahead LeBlanc, they have the ahead bot lane and Bobby and Realms. And I think their team comp is just generally better at playing front to back. So if Monkey can't find the setup, then it's almost certainly going to go the way of I Like Apples.
Definitely. And look at this jump in from Cupic. Able to just take a leave as well. There's so much poke in this game when you think about it. So much
Yeah.
back and forth and back and forth. Bobby trying to look for something down mid lane, but there's three people there.
Yeah, Bobby's going to need to be careful here. The Maokai Twisted Advance could roll down. Looks like they're just going to set up for the drag, which is spawning soon. And yeah, I agree with you. There is definitely a lot of poke this game and a lot of pick potential as Leo gonna have to jump over the dragon pit. We might see a 4v3 develop here. TP gonna come in from the Aurora. We will see a 4v4, but Kennen is lurking as well as the LeBlanc. We're gonna get a full 5v5. Ashot lands onto Ezreal.
Right
He'll auto
here.
shift and flash out.
Big Aurora ult. Big Ezreal ult, though, melting everybody in it. It's Cupid gonna get the first kill, but that cannon ult, you have to know it hurts when it's in such a large AoE. Bobby gonna go down now. It's all left to Cupid
Yeah, and
and Leo.
lots of kills traded back and forth as the dust settles. Moustache and Cupic are the only ones left. Cupic, obviously with the advantage, gonna try to chunk down Moustache as he runs away. We'll
Now
see
there
if he
you
gets
go. Your
out.
dash in. There's your ult to redo that dash, and that is going to be the kill for Cupid. That's an ace for I Like Apples. As I don't know if Leo was even in that fight.
Um, Leo, I could not say, he just walked back to lane. I think he was. But we saw the absolute ult combo that Monkey can pull off. We saw the Aurora ult with the Cataclysm, the Cannon ult on the bottom. And this is the thing about their comp. They popped all of the ultimates, killed about 3 members, but right after they had almost nothing. And with the gold down and Cupid still alive, especially with um, Giga being so low, he had to pop the Zonias to survive and just barely got killed at the end. It's hard because if they don't finish off the key members of I Like Apples, they'll just die on the back half, which is exactly what we saw. But both teams,
Oh my
a
god.
lot of damage there as Leo gonna get caught
Leo is
out
just
here.
getting completely melted. I just watched him tank a bunch of ash shots as he was trying to leave, but the dragon fight again is underway. Cupid on a rampage, gonna be able to get one. Might be looking for a second here as Monkey is now finally getting to the dragon. Now
Yeah,
that
Monkey
dragon's not gonna be able to be stolen,
Monkey
but
wanted to contest, but they're not
look how
quite
low
able to.
Monkey is. They've got two people there, and actually it's just gonna be the going. But look at that ult from Giga as it's gonna be able to take down two people and get the last one low. It's all down to Cupid once again.
Yep, the Twisted Advance chasing down Cupid, but he's going to take that reverse teleport back out of there. And that fight actually goes the way of Monkey there. It didn't look like it was going to. It looked like after Guess Me Baby got picked, it was going to be rough, but the
Giga is
re-engage was
such
very strong.
Giga is such an engaged champ right now. Has that entire ult that just absolutely shreds through everybody on the enemy team, especially once you've taken down Realms, who is the only real tank right now, as Leo uh is very behind.
Yeah, and we talked about the sort of lack of disengage tools that I Like Apples has, and they are feeling that right now, as there's just very little they can do about this Kennen, who's essentially just running at them. I mean, the Kennen has flash ulted a few times, but at the end of the day, a lot of these fights are just Giga running into I Like Apples, followed by the Aurora or Cataclysm, and there's not a lot I Like Apples can do about it. I mean, they have mobility, sure, but they don't really have immediate CC options. They've got the Poppy push and Steadfast. That's about it. Renekton's stun if he was there, but like we talked about, Renekton's just very low, not going to be able to impact these team fights a lot. But Cupic, oh, he's going to be forced to run away from the Kennen ult. The
That is
flash,
a stun though. That's gonna be a Jonya's right there for Kennen. Actually, he's gonna try and get the kill, but that was a clone.
yeah, excellent assist there from Beoster. The flash was invested from Giga, which is actually a massive cooldown. That's a very important flash to lose, especially to not get the kill. So well played by Cubic. Right as Giga had popped his ult, Cubic took the teleport back to his original spot, and that forced Giga to flash. Didn't even end up getting it. The Zonias also went on cooldown, wasn't really useful. So that's going to be huge for this upcoming fight because there's a lot of juicy objectives here. We've got Baron. Eventually, another drag will come up, and if Monkey can grab this next drag, they'll be on soul point. And a cannon without flash is just a lot harder to execute. So hopefully, it doesn't cost them. We do actually see the rocket belt from the cannon here.
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna
You want to be able to get in there and get as many people as you can with that ult.
Yeah, I think Rocket Belt good on Kid. Rocket Belt's also just good in general. It got buffed last patch, I believe. And
Oh my god, look at that.
oh, Giga with the return kill revenge.
Giga just has to walk in ult and completely shut down everyone in his radius. Of course, Giga now needs to be able to back, but still, that is a massive kill, especially onto Cupid, who has kind of been destroying. Um,
Yeah, Bobby gonna get hit by Cataclysm and the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. No Arcane Shift to get out of that, but he will survive just barely.
yeah,
Moustache
now his
gonna be
team is
forced to
there to back
flash.
him up. Bobby's still trying to play around his health, trying to get this, make sure that this turret stays up. This is their best. This is the best lane to have their turret be full health on, especially as they've already gotten the other mid lane turret. So
Yeah,
many ults were used during that fight.
yeah, a lot of resources down for a lot of players. We still have flashes on Cupic and Bobby, which is important. Ethel's got his barrier, but for the most part, a lot of cooldowns are off. And Ethel gonna get slept as well as the Kennen. Not much they can do there as they get tagged. No ult on Giga. Notably, he used it to kill the LeBlanc. Not going to have it. Moustache going to go down. And an excellent play from Beoster with the two-man sleep. The no Kennen ult, no Zanyas to help him there. And no flash in particular. If he had his flash, maybe that wouldn't have happened. But did invest that bot side. Or Slagathor not there to help his team. And that's going to be the Baron as the reward for that.
Baron is a big pickup here. This could give I Like Apples every reason to just keep pushing down mid lane as soon as they, take it. And there's not like anyone's it's not like anyone's there to really contest them on it. So yeah, they're gonna pick up the 5-man Baron.
Yeah, and this is going to make the next dragon a lot harder for Monkey to get. All of their lanes are going to end up being pushed out. They're going to have to fight for vision control of their own jungle. Going to make Baron setup or excuse me, Dragon setup almost certainly in the hands of I Like Apples. There's a small skirmish going on in the jungle realms. Very tanky, likely will not die as a result of this. Just kind of annoying Guess Me Baby, who is equally as tanky as they really are fighting for that vision control. Notably, Scuttle taken on the side of Monkey. That's at least something. And they do have that hawk shot, as you can see right there, as both teams set up for this drag that's going to spawn soon.
Definitely, and I like Apple's already there first, making sure they have first claim, and they're looking to make sure they can actually secure this. They are down a dragon right now. They don't want, you know, I like
Another
Apples to be able to get
steal.
the soul point. That is a big Janyas, and Realm is actually going to be able to get down there alive. Leo not able to really come in with the ult for his team, so now everyone else is going to go down. I say Leo, I meant Giga not going to be able to come in with the ult for his team.
Yeah, and the steal attempt was made by Guess Me Baby. It was close. He wasn't quite able to get it, and then actually pays with his life. So it was a good effort. I don't necessarily think he needed to do that. It's not so point or anything. I understand the want to steal, but he had to have known that was almost certain death. As he's not going to get it, will go down, and I Like Apple's going to try to push this central tower. Slagathor feeling the weight of that LeBlanc and just how annoying that champ can really be, especially with a Banshee's Veil. As
That's a big
Mustache,
stun right
yeah,
there.
Mustache cut out a little bit, but he is quite tanky. Also
Yeah.
has, oh yeah, he'll go
It
down.
doesn't matter if he's tanking though. Biostir and Bobby able to get two right there. Take that turret. Now keep on pushing down into even inhibitor turret. Maybe be able to grab this and grab the inhib. All
Yeah,
while their mid turret is still up.
we can see it's kind of falling apart at the hinges here for Monkey as Guess Me Baby gonna go down here. The cannon engage will grab two. Aurora ult
Big
used.
ult from Kennen there. As Giga's able to try and stop them from taking down another inhib, but it's Cupid.
Yeah, they're feeling the weight of this Ezreal. Slagathor will grab one on the edge, but this bot lead is really, really strong, and it is making this Ezreal hit hard, and their damage without the Giga ult and without Cataclysm, without Aurora ult is just nothing. They don't have
Yeah.
anything if they do not have their ults, and that includes their flashes as well. As Mustache gonna chase the enemy support out of his jungle, but at this point, it's kind of falling apart a little here for Monkey. I Like Apples playing the
Yeah.
map very well, like they have before. And this, what was once an even game, is now developed into a 10K gold lead for I Like Apples.
I mean, it's really all on the shoulders of that mid lane of those ganks. I don't think. I mean, I like Apples have just not missed with their ganks. Biostar has been able to pick up so many needed kills, so many important picks, and get that item lead, get that gold advantage, and spread that to the rest of his team. Still, though, cannot count out monkeys just yet. Giga's still alive and kicking, and that ult does do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and he is looking to finish a Rabs cap, which will make that damage even more brutal. Aurora also finished her third item. We'll likely see a third item for Ethel on this Ash come through soon. So we do have these spikes, but you just gotta understand how much gold I Like Apples has over them. We see LeBlanc, 4 items. Lilia, 4 items, almost working on her fifth. Renekton just split pushing. We know Renekton's been put down this game, but with
It's a
Realms, gonna look to take down
big question. Ash
Flagathor.
arrow gonna miss too, so no real way to kind of stop that pick from going through. Cupid's literally, actually, Bobby's literally in the enemy base and not even being able to contest him because of how his teammates are right there to back him up.
Yeah, and
Cupid's in as well.
Bobby's purchased a QSS as Rom's gonna int a little bit into the tower. Nothing, that's okay. Happens to the best of us. With that QSS, it's gonna be even harder to stun him with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. I'd say it's a very good pickup as I Like Apple's gonna try to get a Nexus turret or two, but I think they're just gonna back up. They don't quite have the resources. Actually, never mind. It looks like they want it. Ethel taking so much damage from Bobby as oh, two-man Lily ult.
Two
They
man
both should be
Lilia ult, and
fine.
that's actually gonna just trap Maokai right there. He's gonna be taken down, and J4 all alone, needs to try and buy time for Giga to respawn here. There he is. That's the big cannon all we were waiting for,
But yeah,
but it's gonna be the Nexus first before the kills.
Bobby will pick up that Nexus on the side, and that was a very entertaining game. So yeah, game two does go the way of I like apples. That's 2-0 in this best of five. So we could theoretically be seeing a 3-0 here next game. The pressure is on monkeys to really do something about it. I do think they had a much better game this time.
Definitely.
They
They've definitely adapted.
Yeah, they had a very clear strategy going in, and I think they had a decent comp too. Unfortunately, they just started falling apart towards the later half of the game. They started getting a little bit out macroed by the ganking pressure that Biostar was putting on them, and their team fights were amazing with all of the ultimates, but they kept getting picked off on the side, and then we saw Giga invest a little too many resources in a 1v1 fight, and they didn't have it for the Baron or Dragon, excuse me. It just kind of started falling apart for them. But I do like the way that they played it. I think that they adapted well. They adopted a more early game focused team, a better team fighting team, and it did work out. So we'll see how they go about this for game three. But it's showtime. They need to step up and really put everything they've got because this could be their last game.
Yep.
We're gonna go ahead and hop to break real quick as we go into this third game, but we will see you guys in a few minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're in game three in this best of five between Monkey and I Like Apples. My name's Lucas, and I'm joined here by Dolphy.
Hello, everyone. And we're just gonna go straight into pick bands here. Cinder and Cass. I mean, we already saw those bands, but let's just
Yeah,
have a short recap of what happened last time. Um, in the first game, it was very one sided for I Like Apples, and then in the second game, Monkey started off very strong, but ultimately near the end they got overrun. So who knows what's gonna happen this game? I Like Apples still the favorite. However, Monkey have shown that they can come back, and you never really know.
yeah, and that's a good point. Last game, Monkeys opted for sort of like an ult bomb comp. They had this very fed Kennen, they had Cataclysm with Jarvan, and they also had the Aurora, just sort of stacking massive team fight ultimates on top of one another. And it actually worked out very well for the early portions of the game, but they ended up getting a little bit out macroed with the side lane and then certain picks. So I'm curious if they'll adopt some of those sort of ult bomb characters again, or if they're going to go for a more traditional front to back or maybe even later game 1-3-1 scaling comp. We'll see what they're comfortable with. But either way, the pressure's on because this could be their last game here. So this empty ban we see, I've just been told, is a Camille ban. Apologies for
Yeah.
that. Just keep that in mind. It's a Camille ban as we see Lux, the first
Oh,
champ locked in for I Like Apples. What are
this
your
is the
thoughts
first.
on
This is the
Lux?
first time we've not seen a Lux ban from Monkey, so it's kind of interesting that I Like Apples would scoop her up so quickly right after. The bans for I Like Apples have stayed the same, but Monkeys keep trying to change theirs to adapt. In doing so, though, they're giving up bans that maybe I Like Apples was hoping they'd give up. That is a misfortune pick though for Monkey. So we'll see. It's a J4 again. That J4 was really strong.
Yeah, I like the repick on the J4. I think it was good. I think it was strong, and especially with Misfortune, I mean that's an instant R combo right there. The bullet rain or whatever her ult is called with Cataclysm, just inescapable damage. But once again, MF a very immobile ADC, so we'll see if I Like Apples wants to capitalize on that. With Hecarim being hovered here, Hecarim is annoying for the life of an ADC player, and especially Misfortune. So we'll see if this gets locked in, and it does, and we'll see how well Biostar can put this Hecarim pressure onto the members of Monkey. Hecarim, an excellent ganker, just like Jarvan. So sort of fighting fire with fire, no longer playing the Lilia, going with the hyper attack focused gameplay. And speaking of hyper attack focused gameplay, Pike, one of the most aggressive supports in the game, a hook support. Very fun to watch. Pike is a very fun champ to both play, watch, see, and I'm excited to see this Pike.
Quay mid pick here. Uh, so the Lux is definitely a mid pick, like you said.
Well, yeah, could theoretically be Lux
Could
APC,
be
but
Bob, but that would be a
probably
little
not.
weird.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, if Lux into Hui, they're both sort of artillery mages. I think the matchup is relatively equal. Mostly comes down to skill. I am glad we get to see Hui. Hui, another one of those characters that's just fun to watch. Very 200 years character, although not even
There's so
he's
many
not
different
that
ways to play him
complicated.
too.
Yeah, it does have a lot of options though. As we see the Kennen ban,
It's
that
kind of
is
expected if you saw what happened with Kennen last
yeah,
game.
absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. They do not want that Ken and R button anywhere near their team. As a Ornn band on the other side, I think that also makes a lot of sense. Ornn's just a very safe top laner. You're always going to get value with Ornn. Honestly, same thing with
Scion
Sion.
ban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they're banning out just these hyper tanks. They're always good no matter what. Um, they really want I Like Apples to force them to fight top lane as they're going to lock in the Amumu. Now that's interesting because that can go a few different places. We could see a Mumu support. I know that was popular, I believe, a season or two ago. It might still be popular now. Could theoretically go jungle if they want to move Jarvan somewhere else. And I've even seen a Mumu top. So we'll see how that goes. Ezreal going to be hovered here for I Like Apples. Ezreal was a very strong pick last game.
Waiting on these last two picks now.
Yeah, we're waiting on, let's see, we want the top laner for I Like Apples. They're going to have to lock that in here. And then Monkey will have the, well, it really depends what Monkey wants to do, but they should have
That's
counter
an
wherever they're
Aatrox right
going.
there. Yep.
Yeah, Aatrox, very
Aatrox definitely a
scary.
big top laner.
Yeah, it's a very scary top laner, and if an Aatrox knows what they're doing, it could be pretty rough in the top lane, depending on what top laner Monkey Emoji is gonna think. I believe they are picking their top laner here. Yes,
That's
and
a
they will
Yone.
lock
Yep,
in the
that is.
Yone. Yeah, so it is a Mumu support, most likely, and we're gonna see the Yone top into Aatrox. I'm not too familiar with Yone into Aatrox, but
I believe it's a Yone-sided matchup.
I think so too. That would make sense considering they counterpicked it, so I'm sure they wouldn't pick it if it was at least even. Um, but Yone, another exciting champion to watch. Excuse me. As yeah, looking at these team comps, I like Apples. Honestly, not playing quite as front to back as they have before. They don't really have a hyper tank. They're gonna opt for this sort of just run them down kind of. They've got the Ezreal Lux artillery support with the sort of 380 divers. Whereas Monkey Emoji opting for something similar. These comps actually look very similar with three divers as well as two sort of artillery pieces. And these both team comps want to accomplish very similar goals here. So we'll see how they play around objectives. These are comps that are very, very good at objective fighting, especially in the jungle. A lot of these characters excel in the jungle with those tight corridors. We saw the Jarvan work amazingly early game with those cataclysms. Now they're going to have the Hui misfortune to really capitalize on those groupings. And yeah, I mean, like we said, very little disengage on both teams. So it's kind of hit your skill shots or bust. You're really going to be looking at that Amumu ult, Yone ult, Hecarim engage, as well as sort of the Aatrox's side lane to really determine how this is going to shake out. I think as a potential last game, this is going to be an exciting match, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So we are gonna throw it to a standby now, but don't leave. Stick around because I'm excited to see if this is going to be the last game or not, and I hope you are too.
Yep, absolutely. We'll see you guys in a bit.
Hello and welcome back to the third game, possibly the last, of the Summer Splash Finals for League of Legends.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. Exciting third game here as both teams position towards the top side. Reminder, we
Was
have,
fast.
yeah, I like apples on match point versus monkey here. Will I like apples end up falling for this bush cheese? We will see.
I mean, they might. It looks highly likely that they are. That is a big execute in from a Moo. Damage being done back and forth. And it's the blue team here.
Oh,
It is going
no.
to be I like apples who come out with the triple kill already onto Cupid. Cupid going for maybe the quadra.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
That
quadra kill onto Cupid. Okay,
we were gonna start this off by talking about, how Cupid before in like yesterday was able to completely dominate the lobby. I guess it's gonna happen again. That was a big quadra to be picking up right there.
yeah, prepare for some Cupid glazing because neither of us were casting yesterday, but apparently Cupid had a 1v9 complete domination on Lux, which is likely why it was banned so much, as a root
Oh
gonna land
God.
onto a Mustache, gonna have to run for his life. And yeah, with that first play, Monkey achieved first blood. They got the bush cheese, but at what cost? As they lost 4 members there. Leo actually almost died as well, but he did manage to get out as it is actually Lux ADC here, and it is Ezreal mid. Bobby has swapped into the mid lane with
Yeah.
Cupid headed to the bot lane. So Bobby showing off some of those mid Ezreal skills.
I think
And
that swap came off of the quadra kill.
yeah, I think you're right. I think they want to advance the bot lane, and it makes a lot of sense, especially with a Pyke. I mean, Pyke is such a good support for setting up kills, and now with this 4-0 lost chapter, yeah,
Big
full Ethel.
flash to try and get that stun. Flash from Ethel though,
Yeah, and if
leaving Realms low, but not low enough.
if you're Ethel right now, you are just about to be living in hell. I mean, a Lux with a Lost Chapter and a Pike sitting in your lane, you have nothing but a Doran's sword. It is going to be rough here. It is going to be very rough for them. As
And
Giga
I
and
mean,
Leo. Oh, sorry.
right now, even if Realms dies, it doesn't matter as long as Cupid can pick up 2 kills from that.
Yeah, and looking at the gold, just 2.2k on Cupic versus the 800 gold on Ethel. And it's only going to get wider as a massive little needle thread there.
Massive hook right there. And look at how low Ethel is. Not gonna actually gonna be able to snipe that kill with the E. Cupid's already at 5 kills, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 3 minutes.
Yeah, this is rough here. As Mustache gonna go in, actually almost gets a kill, but the turret doesn't quite take a second shot at Realms. And this is an excellent start for I Like Apples. They really want to end this off. Guess who
Beasley maybe
maybe?
is gonna go down. See if you can he can try and help out
Yeah,
Mustache here, but no cigar.
yeah, had a good performance in the Jarvan last time, and they're gonna try to protect Cupid's bounty as much as they can here. I would not even be surprised if Ethel leaves the lane as Leo and Giga fighting it out again. This round, they both are on very aggressive champs. So unlike before, where you normally saw about one tank and one damage focused champion, last game we had the Kennen versus the Renekton, which ended up actually going very much in the favor of Giga. Here, once again, we have Aatrox and Neone. So we'll see if Giga can try to carry this again, and he's going to need to if they're going to have any chance of winning this, as Mustache probably going down again here. This Lux is
Big
so
hook
strong.
from that pike. I mean, up here, red team hopefully looking for some way to try and get back, but it's so hard. Cupid's so fed already. It's even giving realms these kills.
Yeah, and I think Monkey is starting to regret not banning the Lux this game. As
Yeah, and I
Realms and
mean,
Cupid at it again. Yeah, Ethel goes down again.
there's just nothing really Ethel can do. Realms is taking all these such aggressive, hooks. It doesn't matter to Realms if he dies as long as Cupid can get that pick.
Yeah, and Realms hasn't even needed to die. I mean, this misfortune has been so gold starved. Amumu started a Dark Seal, which is, in retrospect, not an amazing option with the way that the kills worked out in the beginning. And this is just going to be really rough for them. if I were Ethel, I'd even consider just swapping lanes. I mean, you're basically just giving the Lux free kills by
I
walking
mean,
the lane,
yeah.
and you're
Lux
barely
is
getting any
already at a
CX.
full item.
Yeah, that is a Luden's companion completed for Lux at what are we at? 5.5 minutes?
Five
Free
and a
six
half
minute,
minutes.
free 6 minute Luden's companion on Lux. Like that is insane. 500 gold bounty. Um,
You can only imagine what these players are saying right now.
oh yeah. I mean, if you're I like apples, this is ideal for you. And if you're monkey, this is not looking good for your third and potentially last game here.
I mean, if you're on I like apples, you don't even have to push your lane too much. You just have to try and not die, and you're kind of good. That's it. Your Lux
Yep.
already can carry most of this.
And insult to injury, Beoyster is gonna gank
Oh,
the
it's
bot
gonna
lane.
be a big gank. Ethel's down now. Mustache just gonna follow, I believe. Maybe actually able to get out. The cooldowns are not long enough, and
Yeah,
that
and
stun's
it's
not gonna hit.
Cupic pre 6, not able to grab that, but yeah, this is rough. Pike actually started with this Boots of Swiftness, so he's very much probably going to look to walk to other lanes and sort of spread his advantage, especially because Cupic at this point is more than capable of just sitting in lane by himself. So at this point, Ethel and Misfortune not really worth much gold, and it's probably going to be a better use of Realm's time to roam elsewhere. I mean, that is kind of the Pike thing. You hit 6, even pre 6, you can do this. You roam out, and especially with Cupic at the strength that he is, doesn't need his help. As I say that, engage onto Cupic, but excellent
Realms
disengage
is
from
right
Realms
there,
there.
ready with the stun. That's gonna be a kill onto Mustache Knight. Big hook onto Ethel though. Cupid gonna be able to probably, yeah, send that
Oh my
E, send that
gosh.
R, and that's a double kill. Jesus
Yeah,
Cupid.
this is an abandon the bot lane situation
This
here.
is definitely a let Cupid just stay on bot lane. Try to find a kill somewhere else. Try to get yourself fed enough to deal with that 802 Lux at 7 minutes.
Yeah, I mean this is a catastrophe for Monkey. They need to do something. They're gonna have to do something wild. It's probably gonna rest on the shoulders of Guess Me Baby as Bobby gonna dodge away from that whale as the re-engage from Mustache is gonna actually pick up Bobby. Excellent kill
Yeah, it's a
there.
big flash.
Yeah, and they're gonna need a lot more of those type of plays to get back into this game.
I mean, it is a good start though, but that's kind of tragic too because this mustache with 2 kills now, that's kind of not the person you really want them to be on. You need someone who can get into the backline or kill Cupid as soon as possible. And Cupid just
Yeah,
this is bullying.
Ethel
That's
with some.
bullying.
I mean, Ethel just dodged about everything that they could have, and it still had to flash from getting hit by an E, an auto, and then almost the ultimate. And I don't know if that would have
That
killed.
is
It
just
might have.
bullying. Yeah,
Yeah,
poor Ethel can't really do anything on that lane at all.
yeah.
That turret's
Has
gonna go down soon.
36 farm. Oh my gosh, this is
It's a
rough.
Lux too. That's you know she's got massive amounts of wave clear.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Guess Me Baby's entire jungle is getting ransacked because of the spot pressure. They're gonna have to do something. Realms gets a hook onto Ethel. Guess
Another
Me
big
Baby
hook,
is
and Cupid's
here.
right there. That's a big hook, big stun. Mustache trying to go in and try and save his comrades, but it's just gonna end up in another death for him. Cupid at the 9 kills.
Yeah, it's just
I don't want to be monkey right now.
yeah, I don't want to be monkey, and I don't feel it's too premature to say this might be the end of the tournament here, as this is just an insane hole to climb out of, and we're at nine
Oh my
minutes.
god, Realms is such a menace too. Just hiding in bushes. I think that Ethel's just been hooked, stunned up millions of times, maybe. I don't know. That is gonna be not the turret quite yet, but it's almost there.
Yeah,
It's been
another
9 minutes.
another thing to point out is Cupid has a teleport, so really exerting that pressure doesn't even need
Dude,
to
Realms is
ignite.
still in that bush.
Yeah, Leo under fire here with the gank. He's gonna be able to dodge the Yone ult. Giga.
Maybe able to get this kill onto
Oh
Giga.
no!
Has the
Oh
World Ender
no!
too, able to get the one onto Guess Me Baby as the turret in the bot lane goes down. And it's those kind of outplays you cannot afford to let your opponent have, especially when their Lux is 905.
Yeah, excellently played there from Leo, dodging both the Giga, I believe it's something Fate Caller, the Yone ult, as well as popping the World Ender, getting that healing from the Aatrox passive, and then just killing both of them. An unfortunate gank there from Monkey. That is the play that they needed to make. They needed to sort of play different parts of the map, but it just ended up going catastrophically for them as Realms sort of just owning the jungle here. Cupid gonna,
Oh, Cupix is here.
yeah,
Why'd you go back in, Mustache? That's gonna signify the 10 kill lead, and they are going to be moving in onto this mid lane. That's a big stun as well.
poor Hui as Realms actually gets cataclysmed. He'll go down there. It's a
Yeah.
little bit of emoting coming out from Guess Me
Ethel
Baby.
there for the backup as well, but look how much damage that Lux is able to do, and Ethel's actually gonna walk out of that barely alive, picked up a kill though.
Yeah, we'll survive that somehow. But man, this is
Insanely surprised she survived on that low of health, actually.
yeah. The game will keep on going on. More top lane skirmishing. Leo building a.
Oh, be a
Actually, see what
Biosur.
I'm not sure what he's gonna end up
Biosur has
building.
a 2 level advantage onto Guess Me Baby, so the grubs are also going to go towards I Like Apples.
Yep, and now the
We keep talking about how Realm just keeps walking up places and taking these 1v1s
yeah. I mean, the Rift is
and then walking
basically
away.
the Rift is his oyster. He's got Swifties and the Blackout Umbral Glaive. He's just running around, clearing out vision, invading any lane he likes. He does not need to worry about protecting Cupid. He's just having fun, apparently. Um, as I Like Apples begins to sort of seize portions of the map, stealing farms, stealing towers. It's all very, very bad. Cupid actually gonna get dropped to half, gets hit by the Amumu,
That's
gonna be
a
forced to flash away.
big stun though. Dodges the next Mumu as well. That's a big ult, but
Ooh,
it's actually gonna give away the 1 second, the one moment he needs to be able to put down that QW and get that kill.
1,000 gold into the pockets of a Hui is not nothing. That's a pretty important shutdown, actually. The ult, this takes out half of his HP, but he does get the kill for it. Slagathor under fire from Realms and Biostir. It's not gonna help him at all. The Ignite invested, and he is gone. But I mean, it's something. We do see almost 2 items here completed for the Hui. Lux onto almost 3 as Giga gonna ult out, not gonna make it out
Not
though.
gonna make it out
Yeah.
too much. They pushed him back before his ult can really get him out of the fire range.
Yeah, and Hecarim, just such an impressive jungler, really can be anywhere at once, this horseman. And unfortunately, Guess Me Baby is too weak to really contest him, getting all of his camp stolen. He's down quite a bit of CS. It's not looking good here.
I mean,
And yep,
Biosphere
Biosearch.
is literally look at the location of these kills. By the way, mid turret is still up. They're just kind of dancing around in their in spawn.
Yeah, Bobby under fire though, being chased down by Mustache and Ethel. The bandage
Not gonna
toss
be
is
able to
gonna
get
land.
away.
Yeah, it's a kill
No,
onto Bobby. That's something.
but then
Oh
again, look at
no.
Cupid. Look how much damage that Cupid can do as the ult goes through and the turret goes down. That's another turret for the blue team.
Yeah, Slagathor, unfortunately, you get tagged by a Lux Q, you will be eating an entire Lux ult to the face, and I think he tasted it all right. As second item completions are coming through for some members. I really more just Cupic as Flag and Dragon to get Guess Me Baby to safety just barely. And Giga and Leo continuing to duke it out in the top lane. This has been a theme for them. Just all 3 games of this set, they've just kind of been on an island up top. Occasional ganks will come their way, but for the most part, this top lane has been Giga versus Leo just eternally. And I'd say most games we're seeing Giga come out on top, but unfortunately, he also can't protect the rest of his team from the carnage that's being inflicted here. Realm stalking his prey, gonna be spotted on a ward, so they'll know what's up. But we'll see how this goes. Objectives coming up, and we're reaching 15 minutes here, and the gap has a potential to get much wider. Flash from Giga though. Leo gonna be
Ooh,
forced to flash away. The ult comes through from Giga. It is enough
but
to close the
Giga
gap.
manages to actually even get that kill. I was on my toes. Leo was able to dodge so many of those. Okay, Cubic random ult from the middle of nowhere going to be able to snipe this. And Giga actually going to be taking the second down. So
Yeah,
Monkey not completely out.
yeah, they're
Just
getting
need to figure
kills.
out a way to deal with Cubic.
They're getting kills mostly on Bobby. Bobby actually showed some pretty fancy feat there in that 1v2. Unfortunately, Cataclysm does not care, and Jarvan just trapped him in and he died. But very, very, very exciting Ezreal gameplay. But yeah, that's mostly where they're getting their kills here onto Bobby, and it is what they need. They need the gold, especially. Wei can use it very well. Ione is going to have a bunch of gold, but they're going to have to land engage onto Cupic or it is all over. If Cupic is allowed to free fire, they will lose. So they're really going to be looking at that Yone ult, the flag and drag, and as well as the Amumu bandage toss ult combo. If they can lock down Cupic, that's where a lot of the gold lead is. So they have a chance if they can get onto him. But Cupic playing this very smart. Oh, and that's a dead way.
That
As
is a very dead way. As soon as Cubic gets a stun and presses R, you know whoever is in there is going to be taken down. And look at this gank onto Giga. That is a dead Yone as well.
Yep, and Realm's just annoying. Guess me, baby. Might pay for it with his life, but yeah,
Yeah,
actually, Amumu
Realms
ult
Realms
committed.
does a lot of walking into places.
Yeah, I mean, he is 4-3. It's fine. It is certainly a mistake, but you know, it's he's playing Pyke, I suppose. Oh my, that is ridiculous.
Never
E
mind. He's dead again.
ER ER is the Jarvan eraser tool apparently. As storm a third item storm surge completed there for the Lux, just making the ult combo even more deadly.
I mean, like at some point, these guys are not even going to be able to be on the map. Cupid's just going to be pressing E and they're going to die. Like look how much damage that did to Amumu, who is a tank, by the way.
Yeah, it's really really rough here as Cupic just gonna keep pushing mid, and there is not a damn thing that anyone can do to stop it. Um, Cupic and Bobby just pushing this wave constantly. That's a dead
Must
mustache right
Oh, that
there.
is a dead mustache right there.
Yep.
Big kill from Cupid. As
It's
now
just
they're
so
gonna go for
hard.
this tower. No,
It's
yeah,
so
there's
hard to
nothing you can do.
contend because Lux's range is so high. Wei's about the only one that can outrange the Lux. Cupic will pick up Yone on the top, but there Ethel is going to go ahead and grab Roams. It's a nice bit of gold for Ethel. Ethel will complete that Bloodthirster. Way on 2 items. There is gold on some parts of Monkey, but they have to figure out a solution for this Lux, as Lux 13 almost 14,000 gold over oh poor Ethel with only 5,000, just so much more gold than
Bioster's
anyone else.
disconnected from the game.
Oh,
Oh.
interesting. All right. Well, we might get a pause unless that was like a rage quit situation. Oh,
I
no, he's
unless it was
reconnected.
just to be funny about leaving or something. I did see them bantering about, wanting to switch junglers earlier on when Giga got that 2v1.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, and this
just
is
peanuts.
yeah, exactly. And I'm curious if we'll see Cupic actually die again this game as Flash from Ethel gonna get him away from Realms. Realms just doing menacing feral behavior on this Pike, which is kind of how you have to play Pike, you know? You just kind of wander the map looking for targets, and Cupid going to continue to push this mid wave. That's what he's doing. That's what he's going to continue to do. Ooh, Bobby takes a lot of damage from this way.
Yeah.
Way actually fairly strong right now. I mean, he's
Oh,
2-4, has a lot of
definitely.
CS, but
As long as you're not comparing him to Lux.
yeah. And we do have the quick tech pause right there. We're back in it. Apologies for the black screen, folks. And it's a little bit of a spoiler because that actually comes. Oh, as I say that, big engage on the Boister. Boister will drop almost immediately. Double TP's coming in
It's
through.
actually good. Yeah.
TP's got canceled. Someone's TP got canceled there as Realm's gonna drop really low. The flash from Guess Me Baby trying to kill him, but not gonna take him out. Bandage toss landed onto Bobby. That will take him out, but Cupid is still alive. Flashes forward towards Slagathor. Slagathor not gonna be able to get out of the pike hook. He will drop triple kill for Cupid there.
That's 21 and 7 for Cupid.
Yeah, and he
And a
actually has the
free mid
Magi's.
lane to
Yeah,
start taking.
Cupid with a almost fully stacked Magi's just completely can kill almost anything. Um, And on top of that, not even a traditional tank on the side of Monkey. Not that I think a tank could even stand up to this level of itemization, but to add almost insult to injury, just lots of squishy people here. And
Oh yeah,
Giga,
also go up here and just jump Giga. That also
yeah, Giga wants
probably would
Leo,
work.
forcing out Leo's flash, and yep, no return kill for him.
Yeah, you just setting up that E so it implodes as soon as the Yone returns back to where he was before.
Yeah, Ethel
Just
wants a
telling
piece
him about
though.
his death sentence to his face and then executing him right there. That is brutal.
Yeah,
She's full
absolutely.
built.
Yeah, yeah, that is a full build Lux. Rabs cap completed. Oh my god. At this point, I think one Lux R would probably kill Misfortune from full HP. I believe that.
Probably would.
Yep, and
She's gonna try onto J4.
yep,
Oh yeah, that's the kill. That's the snowball
that was a solo
coming
kill.
in right after.
That ultimate killed J4 on its own. That was a complete solo kill. And this Lux is a complete monster. Boyster gonna have to be careful. Gets the Quail as well as the Bandage Toss landed onto him. He's gonna die here. And they're getting return kills, Monkey is, but it's just not faster than Cupid can scoop up these kills.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the objectives are just blown out of the water. CS.
Right, that
And
inhib is
oh, yep,
completely.
dead to Storm Surge.
Oh, that's a dead misfortune. Not even gonna bother trying to get the last hit on her. Rel's just gonna let Cupid take it.
Yep.
That's a
Oh my
surrender
god.
from
Yeah.
Red Team as well. They don't even want to play anymore. And
I
there
do
you
not
have it.
blame
I Like
them.
Apples are your Summer Splash finalists.
Yeah, congratulations to I Like Apples. It was an entertaining third game. We got to see Cupid absolutely just dumpster the competition. I want to give a quick thank you to all the teams that participated this year. I'll give you all a quick shout out, real quick. Shouldn't be doing this because of how horrendous your names are, but I want to give a big thanks to obviously our winners. I Like Apples, Team Monkey, Team
That's their name.
UCD Gold. Yeah, Team UCD Gold, and here comes the hard ones. Capri Sun, thank you to Capri Sun. Y Band
Capri Sun
Sedge,
is
we
not a
don't
hard
play it.
name.
Sorry, I know. Just wait because it gets worse. Y Band Sedge, we won't play pick it. That's actually my buddies over at UF, so shout out to them. Handless losers, and then here comes the big one: anti-disestablishmentarianism. Thank you so much all for playing. I also want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. First off, Phanteks providing the prize support, as I Like Apple is going to be given these Phanteks NV5 white cases. Congratulations, well fought victory. As well as our other sponsor, Genji Coaching. Huge shout out to Genji. Once again, if you're looking to get better at Valorant, League, Rocket League, put in exclamation point Gen G to learn more. They have a great coaching staff, and they're really good at sort of connecting with you as a player and really talking you through and coaching. Amazing service if you're looking to improve your gameplay in any capacity. Want to give a huge shout out to the production team, all the people behind the scenes that make a big event like this run. Huge shout out to them. We're just the silly dumbasses who get to stand up at the front and talk to you all. They are the real heroes, the ones that make it all work. Big shout out to my fellow caster, Dolphy. Thank you for
Big shout out to
joining.
Lucas, my fellow caster, as well.
Yes, very
But
fun cast. Very lots of fun here. Um, Production team, you have anything else
yeah.
you want to say personally? Yes, and thank you from us, the production team, as well as the casters, to you viewers at home. It's your views that make this all happen. So I hope you enjoyed just watching the stream, watching some good old League of Legends. We do have a lot more gaming today over the course of Summer Splash. We have a Kahoot quiz after this, and then after that, we actually have Valorant finals on this same channel. So if you enjoy Valorant, oh yes, and I was just forgot about that. We have Looking for Duo, our sort of dating show-esque game
Our
show.
producer's in that.
Yes, our producer is in that,
Should go
so
watch him.
you should go watch
Maybe
all of
he'll get a
our
duo.
yeah, all of our handsome duo bachelors looking for a gaming partner. It'll be a fun show. It'll be entertaining to watch, so go ahead and check that out. I think that's all I have to say. Do you have
Yeah.
anything more, Dolphy?
No, just I hope you all enjoyed the game. Have a good summer splash.
Yes. Yeah, the stream will come back on for Kahoot in just a little bit after. Hopefully, we'll have a timer for that, but if not, it's slated for the hour slot after this. So just stay tuned to that if you're down to join. And yeah, you guys have an amazing day.